Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an update to my beauty inventory. So these updates are monthly check-ins just to chat about where I'm at with all of my numbers and what I really have in my inventory. This is really for me to just check in with myself to make sure I'm not going crazy buying stuff, or am I almost out of certain things and I didn't realize it. But also I love watching inventory videos, so if you guys also love them, this is why I put them out there for you as well. And it's just an extra accountability for me to put these out there. Otherwise, I do keep a spreadsheet, but that only does so much. It really helps putting it out there and saying it to the world. So that's why I do these videos every month. I could push them farther apart, but I feel like the more I check in with myself, the more helpful it is, because the longer I go, the more I forget about what is actually going on with my numbers. So last month I just went over my numbers and kind of talked about what they currently are, and then put up my spreadsheet over here of the comparisons from month to month. I think I'm still going to put in my spreadsheet maybe at the beginning or the end of each category, but since I have some more time on my hands recently, and also I'm going to be getting, we're gonna get a little bit more space because my brother's moving out, so I'm gonna have a little bit of office area, which will help me with filming, organizing, editing, just doing my hobby work, as opposed to doing everything in our one bedroom. So because of all of these things, I think it would be interesting if I started inserting clips or pictures of the items in my category. So just because maybe I have the same amount of items all year doesn't mean they're not necessarily rotating out. So I thought it would be fun for you guys to see what I actually have in my collection, as opposed to just having a number. But also for me, I think it'll be beneficial for categories that I have a lot of things in to actually see all those things laid out next to each other, as opposed to just being here's how many I have. I think it'll maybe be more eye-opening to me. I guess we'll see. It is going to be a lot of work, I have a feeling, just because I go through a lot of categories in these videos. So I may end up changing this up, but if I think it's really beneficial and I like it, I just may continue doing it. So I guess we'll see. So I'm just gonna go over my spreadsheet. I haven't taken the pictures yet. I plan to do that later today, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if I actually get them all taken to insert. But yeah, so for right now I'm just gonna be going over the category, my goal number, and then where I'm currently at, and maybe I'll address if it's changed from the month before. So let's just get into it. So let's just start with makeup. So my first category is brows. I currently have 2 products in my brow category. My goal is 3, and I have 3 last month, and so I've gone down from 3 to 2 this month. I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at right now, but if I happen to get another brow product, it wouldn't I wouldn't necessarily care, since my goal is 3. My eye primer category is still just at 1. My eyeshadow palettes is still at 8. My single eyeshadows went down last month from 7 to 6. I did actually end up decluttering one of my items just because it was a cream and it kind of had dried up. For both my eyeshadow categories, my goal is 10 in both of them. I don't necessarily want to go out and buy enough to get to 10, but if I got up to 10, I would be okay with it. That's just kind of what that all entails. For my eyeliners, I currently have 2. I've had 2 for ever, and I've had the same 2 forever, but that's okay. For mascara, I currently used one up last month, and so I currently have 1. And the one I had, I ended up decluttering because it was like really bothering me. It was just like irritating my eyes. I'll talk about that more in my empties video. So I actually like went out and bought a replacement one for it because it was driving me absolutely crazy. For primers, I still currently have 3. For foundation, I have 7. As you'll be able to tell, I have quite a few sample foundations, but I'm really working through my Project Pan Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, so that's like my main focus, but I do want to get some of those samples out of my collection as well. For concealer, I only have 1. I know I've talked about this before, but I wouldn't mind. I don't like the concealer I have, but I'm not necessarily going out to like purchase a new one. My thought process is, once the weather kind of changes and I start to maybe get a little bit of a summer tan, that I will go and purchase a darker concealer. But yeah, I don't like the one I have. I wouldn't mind having a dark one and a light one, but for right now, I'm just keeping with what I have. For powder, I have 8. This includes my pressed powders and my translucent powders, or my loose powders, I guess. So this is a category I definitely have a lot in, and I'm not like necessarily a huge powder person. I have gotten more into it in the past month than I had maybe like the last 6 months, so I'm hoping that helps me a little bit. But this is definitely one of the categories I'm like kind of concerned about, just because I have so much of it. And then for bronzer, I currently have 6 bronzers. I've had these same 6 bronzers for quite a while now. My goal in this category is 5. I don't necessarily need 6 bronzers, but bronzer is something I do like. I mean, I love like face products, like colored face products, if that makes sense, you know, like bronzer, highlight, blush. So those are categories that I struggle with a little bit, but yes, I'm hoping maybe I can finish 1 or 2 this year and then kind of get that category under control. And then for blush, I currently have 8. I again would like to get this down to 5. I feel like that's a long way off because I love blush, and I'm potentially gonna buy another blush here soon because it's gonna be on sale. So definitely a category I need to work on, but it's okay. I like it, so I'm not like too torn up about it. But yeah, definitely something I need to work on, as well as highlights, which is the next category. I currently have 9 because I ended up decluttering 1. I'll talk about whichever one I decluttered in my empties video because I put them all in my empties bin to talk about. But that brought me down from only 10 to 9, and my goal is 6. So not great necessarily, but of course this is a long time coming, you know, a continual category I'm working on, so what's new? And then for setting sprays, or just sprays in general, I went from last month having 3 to now I only have 2. So I wouldn't mind getting another spray just to have kind of a little variety, but I'm totally happy with what I have now, so I'm not like in a rush. But I do have my goal at 3, so if I happen to get another one, I wouldn't be so upset about it. But yeah, I'm really happy that consistently January and February so like January I had 4, February I had 3, and now I have 2. So like I'm pretty happy about that progress. And then lip liner, I still have 7. My goal is 3 for lip liner. Might take me a while to get down to 3, but I'm trying to get better about using lip liner this year, so we will see. My lipstick category, I actually went down from last month I have 7 to now I have 6. I decluttered 1 because 2 of my lipsticks were like exactly the same color, and I was like, why am I keeping both of these? This is just dumb. So I actually decluttered 1. And then same with my lip gloss category. I actually decluttered 2. So I went down from 7 to 5. So one of them I talked about in my Project Pan. It just like really didn't suit me anymore. The other one was actually really upsetting. I didn't buy it that long ago, but it's like totally gone off. It's absolutely like disgusting, but it was only $5, so I'm not too upset about it. But I would have liked to maybe have just bought it not on sale and used it fully, like when it would have been still good. I don't know, I'm just like really conflicted about that one. But I'm not going to keep an expired product, especially one that goes on my lips, when it like smells absolutely disgusting. Like I know it's expired. And then liquid lipsticks, I have the same 2 I've always had. which is totally fine. And then I'll probably put in the picture right here of like my overall, like where I'm at with everything, so you can kind of see like my goals and like how I've gone through this all. It'll be just more, if you're a visual person, you might like that. So I'm gonna put that in here. So my total for the makeup section of this video is at 84, and my current makeup goal is 82. That's only 2 products that I would need to finish out of my collection, but unfortunately I have a feeling I'm going to bring in more just with Ulta 21 Days of Beauty going on. So I would love to get down to 82 because that's obviously my goal, but I just have the feeling that I'm going to bring in more before I get down to the 82. So we'll see how it goes over the next month once Ulta 21 Days of Beauty is done, but at the current time I'm not feeling like we're gonna get to the 82 next month by any means. Okay, so onto the skincare section. For makeup removers, I currently have 2. For cleanser, I currently have 2 as well. This went up from last month because I got a little sample Tatcha kit that was like points at Sephora you could redeem it for. It's just a mini, so I'm totally fine with having it. My cleanser goal is 2, so I'm like totally okay with it, but it did go up from 1 last month. My eye cream is 1. My toners are 3. I'm trying to work through these because I don't necessarily need 3 by any means. My essences, my essence category is at 1. My serum category is at 2. My oil category is at 1. I don't need an oil, so this really, I don't need this at all. And then my sheet masks are still at 20, or they're at 21. So only, like, I've gone down 1 over the past month. But this is definitely a category I really need to work on. I'm trying to use these all up this year, so potentially this week while I'm at home I might just use 1 or 2 for a little bit of self-care, just because I need to go through them, and I think that would be good for me. Eye patches, like the under eye patches, is still at 5. Masks are at 3. The skincare is like, some of these skincare products are things I never like reach for or go through, so like they stay pretty stagnant. Which you can probably tell. Sunscreen is 1. I actually finished up my sunscreen and bought a new sunscreen. Lip scrub is 1. Lip balm is 1. I am almost out of this lip balm, and so I definitely need to get on it and buy some more lip balms because I'm bringing this one with me everywhere. And it just, like, I need to have one with me, like, in my car, at my desk, at my, like, vanity / in my purse or whatever. Like, using this one every single place is driving me crazy. I just need to get some more and spread them out. I don't know. That's just me. Lip mask, I have 1. For day moisturizer, I have 3. Again, I bought that Tatcha. I didn't buy it. I got it with my points, that little Tatcha set, so that increased my like day moisturizer category. And then for the night moisturizer category, I currently have 2. Same 2 I've had for a while now. So this category did go up by 1, unfortunately, because I did bring in that little Tatcha kit and I only used up 1 item. But I'm hoping, like, being at home, trying to use up some of my sheet masks, since the sheet mask is like the biggest thing in this category, like in the skincare, since the sheet mask category is like the biggest thing in my skincare section, I'm hoping that I can just knock all those out, and that will be a huge drop in my inventory. So my goal for this is 28. Currently I have 50, but 21 of those are sheet masks, so kind of understandable. Okay, hair care is one we can kind of breeze through because, as if you know me, you probably know that my hair care category is like pretty stagnant all the time. So for shampoo, I still have 3. Conditioner, I still have 2. My leave-in treatments, I still have 4. The hair texturizing category, I actually used up a product, so this went down from 4 to 3, so I'm very, very excited about that. My heat styling section is still at 3. My dry shampoo section's still at 3, and my hairspray section's still at 3. Again, I'm hoping I can just like slowly once a month maybe use one of these items up, but Total, this category is at 21 and I only want to get it down to 17. So it's not like a huge jump. I don't need to use up like a ton of products this year to necessarily get there, but the hair care category is definitely the slowest going one for me. And then the one that fluctuates the most, not in a good way, my body care section. So for body wash, I still currently have 8. For my bath soak, I still currently have the same one. It's the one that's in my project pan. I'm hoping I can use it up fairly soon. Body scrub, I currently have 1. Body oil, I currently have 1. My pocket bags, this is a section that did go up over the past month. In February, I had 7 and now I have 11. Right when the whole craze went on, you know, like no hand sanitizers anywhere, I went into Bath & Body Works and picked up 5 more. This was actually before they increased the price again to $9, so I was able to snag them just for 5, or I was able to snag 5 for 8 still. But I thought it would be beneficial for us to have, because I've given some like to my boyfriend for him to keep, and if his grandparents need some and stuff like that. I just wanted to have a couple on hand, since I know I would have been able to get them since our Bath & Body was still stocked. Of course, now all the Bath & Bodies are closed, just like they're not open so that we stop the community spread and things like that. So, of course, I'm not gonna like order pocket bags online since I have this many already, but I was happy I was able to stop in store and get some when like the craze was going on, when you like couldn't find any anywhere. Also for lotion, I did increase from last month. I went from 25 to 30. I did actually use 1 up, so I was at 31, but now I'm back to 30 because I used 1 up. This is a category I'm always constantly working through, but I'm literally obsessed with lotion. As you're going to be able to see in the picture, it's probably going to be way more shocking to me when I actually take the picture than me just like talking about it. But yeah, I absolutely love it. So I don't know, it's one of those things where I'm like, if you love something, why not like be happy in the hobby of it? If none of it's going bad and you're using it all, like I don't see anything wrong with it. So it's definitely something I'm keeping like, you know, at the forefront of my mind, just to continually use up things and not let things go bad, because it is something I do enjoy, but it is something I do want to keep an eye on to not let it get like too out of hand. Same with fragrance. I went from 10 last month to 12 this month. As you'll see in the pictures, a lot of these are fine fragrance mists, which I do enjoy, so what do you do? But candles all stayed the same. I still have 13. I did have my goal earlier at this for candles for 15, and now I did change it to 10 just because I don't go through candles that quickly, so I just adjusted my goal according to that. So for the body care category, and I know candles aren't body care, but I just have to include them, and this is the best category for them, so that's why they're in the body care section. So my goal for body care is 58, and I'm currently at 77. I am like, how many over? I'm 6 over on pocket bags alone, but with just the craze going on right now, I feel comfortable with that. So I don't feel like too awful about this category, just because I do have like the hand sanitizers and things like that in this category that I'm like comfortable with having a bit extra, especially right now, just when like you can't really get anything. So yeah, this is a category of course I want to work on because it did go up 11 over the past month, but I don't feel like overly bad about it, I guess. So just to wrap things up and talk about my overall numbers, last month I had 229 products, and unfortunately this month we went up by a couple to 232. So I did adjust my goal a little bit. Right now I have my goal at 185. Before I had it at 180, but I kind of like went through and tweaked some things that I felt needed to be adjusted. So currently I'm only 47 products over my goal, so that number's not like too bad to me, but it's definitely something I need to stay on top of, which is why I do these monthly check-in videos. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope at least if I can get all these pictures inserted properly like I want to, that it gave you guys not only insight of like where I'm at for number wise, but you also got to see what I have in my collection. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this video here today. I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.